What's going on, folks? About to go live with Dany Bill in a quick moment. Just gonna add him into the chat right into the live. About to add Dany Bill. Oui, bonjour Dany. Donc, tu peux rentrer dedans. T'as pas encore joint, mais voilà. Je vais accepter ta requête. Just adding Dany to the live, guys. Dany, tu peux accepter l'invitation. Just a moment, folks. I'm gonna add him in just now. I don't know why it's not working. Hey, Dany.
Ah, c'est bon?
C'est bon, on est live. How's it going?
C'est bon, live?
Laisse-moi faire un petit intro.
Yes.
So hello, everybody. We have Dany Bill live with us today, 7-time Muay Thai world champion, an era of the legend of the golden era. He's fought amongst the best, including Koban and Ramon Deckers, and just extremely excited to have him on today, so he can discuss with us his career, his life, and the work that he's doing nowadays. So thank you very much for coming on, Dany. It's an honor to have you.
Yes. Yes, me too. I'm happy to talk with you because I know you love Muay Thai, and yeah, I grew up with Muay Thai. Yeah.
Of course.
Now I training people. I see a lot of people love Muay Thai now, the new generation. But we can talk about that.
Of course. So for this interview, I wanted to start off and ask you, how did you discover Muay Thai? How did you find it? And what made you fall in love with it? And just describe to me your story in the beginning and how things came to be.
Yes. Yeah. First time when I saw Muay Thai is in TV, But before that, I try a lot of things like kickboxing, kung fu, because I love to watch a kung fu movie before that. I love to watch this with my father. Et, et tu peux traduire que moi j'ai commencé à aimer ce sport parce que c'était très physique. C'était bien, c'était physique.
Okay.
Tu peux traduire.
So Dany is pretty much emphasizing that he really fell in love with Muay Thai because what attracted him to it is the fact that it was an extremely physical sport and it was very high contact.
Yes. That's why when I tried the first time the Muay Thai, I say, wow, this I want to do because it's very physical. When I go back home, I'm very tired. And when I go, before that, I go to kickboxing, I don't feel like the same thing, That's why I say Muay Thai is something make me feel better.
Of course.
I know,
when
it's like 85, 86 when I start. 90, 85, 86.
And not a lot of people knew what it was back then, right?
Yes, yes. Not too many people they know Muay Thai. You know, in France, not too many people. It's not big in 80s. It's not big like 90s.
Mm,
90s to golden area in Thailand, in Europe too. But now new generation, now Muay Thai is grew up.
of course,
No,
of course. And did you when did you have your first fight? Was it in Paris or did you go to Thailand?
Paris, 80. My first fight, 86, 80, yeah, 86,
90. Wow.
86, yeah. 14 years old, 14 ans, 14,
Mm,
c'est ça?
ouais.
14 ans. Et champion de France, 87, I'm champion in France, you know. And 88 too, champion in France. 89 too. And I don't do champion Europe because in my gym I have my friend. We are the same weight,
Mm,
and I go to Thailand to fight.
okay.
And 90, 90 some, 92, 93, and my first belt for the world champ is 93
Mm,
for the kid's birthday. For the kid's birthday in the first world champion in Thailand. You know, the story is they call me one day before the fight. They call me one day before the fight because one guy from France, son dos il était cassé. Tu
mm,
vois? Il avait un problème au dos. Et moi, on m'a appelé le matin. I come in the morning. J'étais pas prévu. Hein.
mm.
J'étais pas prévu pour le fight.
Or they didn't give you
Et j'ai boxé le soir. Yeah. See? Translate?
so Danny's saying that prior to his first world title fight, he got the call the day before for the world championship, for his first world championship, because the opponent that was supposed to fight was injured. So without any warning, without any heads up, the day before he gets a phone call asking him to fight for the world title.
Yes. And I come in the morning and I fight the night time. And in December, in France, it's very cold in December here.
Mm,
Yeah, in Thailand, it's very hot. And I think what I can do, what I can do,
right.
you know, I drink a lot of lipo. You know lipo?
Is it like
Lipo is like you know, it's energy drink.
okay?
Yeah, energy drink. And I fight the night, and I won the fight. Everybody lost this day. Only me, I win the fight.
Amazing.
People go crazy. People go crazy because they say, "Wow, you're not supposed to be fight. How you do that?" You know. But because it's not because I love technique. That's why I fight with the guy, big puncher. It's called Dan Mansuring.
Mm,
Dan Mansuring. Before he's hard. He fights hard. You can watch some fight Dan Mansuring in YouTube. You can see he's a big puncher
right.
in the 90s. He's famous. He's big star.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw people lost like Ramon Decas. Everybody lost, and I am the fighter number 6. Everybody lost, knockout, bro, you know. And I say, oh, okay. And the first round, I go knockout.
Mm,
Je me suis fait compter. Premier round, je suis tombé.
mm.
Round 2 aussi. Il m'a ouvert. I open
So Danny,
l'œil.
one was dropped. He got 8 counted, and in round 2 he was cut open.
And I won the 1-3, 1-4, and 1-5. I won. And I won my first belt for the world champ. And before 93, is not nobody have the real belt for the world champ before 93.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to be the best fighter, you have to fight the best Thai guys in the 90s to be the world champ.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to be world champ in the 90s, you have to fight the best one. And I fight every month, every 2 months, I fight in Thailand for like maybe like seven years. And every December for the belt, for the King's birthday, I'm supposed to be fight for the belt, for the world champ for them. And I won four belt
Wow.
and four belt every year. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's hard. It is very hard. Fighter is hard. You know?
Of course, I think
But
a lot of people now are starting to recognize how great you were, because back then not a lot of people knew who I was, but now because of YouTube, Instagram, social media, everybody now is starting to understand just how great you were, the people you fought, and your technique. A lot of people videos and they're fascinated. Ils sont fascinated by your sweeps. So we have a question in the live here. Somebody's asking, how did you get so good at sweeps? Was it sparring, technique?
yes, before they're in the street, because before they're in the street, because when I young, I like to try to do something, you know, in the street. Because I grew up in France, but you know, in France we have some city, like the hood, like we have some gangster too, you know.
The banlieue?
And
Call it?
what you say?
You guys call it the banlieue?
Yeah, banlieue, yeah, banlieue.
It means
In France.
the inner city in English, guys.
Yes, and you know, when you grew up in the hard street, you have to know how to fight. And yeah, I try a lot of strip in the street before that. And when I start Muay Thai, I say, okay, I want to do something in the Muay Thai too, you know. And when I and for me, it's like easy when I try in Muay Thai because I try a lot of time in the street.
Right.
That's why, yeah.
It's amazing.
That's why, yeah. That's why people, when they see me fight in Thailand, they say, "Who teach you that? Who teach you this technique?" and Thai people, they're crazy because nobody teach me that in Thailand, you know. And all I always say in the street, they smile. They say, "What the fuck that?" They say, "Okay," in the street. They're crazy about that because then before that nobody in Europe do something like that when they fight. You know, that's why all the time they say, "Okay, it's your style," because we never try. We never teach there in Thailand. They not teach there.
Right.
That's why, yeah. That's why it's my style. It's my style.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
The street.
You heard it here, guys. If you want to get good at sweeps, practice it in the street. That's amazing, Danny. I think something that is very important to ask someone with your legendary record and status and fights and technique, what does it take for someone to be a champion? What do you believe is necessary to become a champion?
Champion. But first, you have to love what you do. You have to love what you do first. If you go train in Muay Thai, you don't love Muay Thai, don't try to fight. Don't try to be champ. Because first time is love. And second time, try to be the best in the here inside first. Like mentally, your mentality, you have to be like strong mind. Because you know it's hard when you fight the real champion. If you want to be champion, you have to have mentality to be champion.
Mm.
You have to think like champion. I want to be somebody. I want to be something. I want to be champ, but you have to work hard.
Mm.
You have to work hard and sacrifice something. You have to sacrifice some friends, some girls. You know, you have to go train all the time. But when you start, you don't know everything. You don't know that. You don't know everything about this. But step by step,
Mm.
first love and be strong. Be strong.
Of course.
And step by step you can be champion
Of course.
if if you have love.
That's amazing. It's
You know?
amazing that you talk about passion, you know, because Muay Thai
Passion.
is not easy and but it's beautiful and you have to love what you do.
Yeah,
Why would you go
yeah.
all that training if you don't love it, right?
Yeah, because you know now I saw a lot of champion in social media. A lot every country now, every state, Canada, in Europe, a lot of champion. But when they talk with them, they don't know Muay Thai.
Mm.
They don't know Muay Thai, but they champ in the city, in the country.
Mm.
But they don't know Muay Thai.
Mm.
And I watch some fight. I say, "You champ?" He say, "Yeah, I'm world champ." I say, "How you be champ? You don't know Muay Thai?"
Mm.
You know. Sometimes I watch Thai fight.
Mm.
Thai fight. I saw a lot of European go fight over there. They lost. A lot of people lost. Like they fight with Senshai. Senshai is like 40 years now.
Mm.
You don't train like 20 years ago. You don't train like that.
Mm.
But he beat like 200 European fighter. Like 200.
Mm.
Easy for him. Because some people from Europe, they don't understand Muay Thai.
Mm.
They don't understand Muay Thai. They fight, they have strong mind, but they don't understand Muay Thai. You have some people they training, but they don't know the rules,
Right.
the real rules. You know, you have to understand the rules to be the champ.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yes, it's like that.
Amazing.
The rules.
So thank you.
The rules.
So
Yeah.
another thing I want to ask you, what was in your career your biggest challenge
Mhm.
and how did you overcome it? Donc ton plus grand défi et comment t'as survécu tout ça?
Le plus grand défi. Euh, c'est le plus grand défi, c'est de savoir faire ce que tu veux faire. Ça veut dire, tu sais pas si tu vas être champion. Tu sais pas si tu vas être champion, mais tu dois te battre pour faire ce que tu aimes.
Laisse-moi traduire. Donc Dany is pretty much saying one of the biggest challenges that he's had in his career is trying to do something even if you don't know what it is exactly that you want. So he's saying that you don't necessarily know that you want to be a champion, or you don't feel like you can be a champion, but you work hard to make it happen anyway.
Ouais, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and et c'est d'être le meilleur aussi. Le défi, it's hard to be the best every time, you know. Sometimes you can be the best in the best champion, but sometimes, you know, les gens qui t'entourent, si t'es pas bien entouré, tu peux pas bien évoluer dans ce sport. Il faut être bien entouré. L'entourage.
So Danny's saying your entourage, you need to be surrounded by the right people in the right circle, because if you're not around the people, you're just going to be delayed and pulled back and you'll never reach your goals. So you need to have the right people around you so that you can succeed and get to your goals.
Voilà, c'est important. It's important to be the best. If you entourage, voilà, entourage, c'est ton entraîneur,
Your
l'entraîneur,
trainer.
l'entourage. Il faut il soit bien avec toi pour que toi, tu progresses. You know?
Your trainer needs,
Sinon, ça, sinon, voilà.
and so you guys can progress together and achieve your goals. That's correct. And
Voilà.
I guess, Danny, another question I think is very important to ask you now that you see Muay Thai is growing and the sport is becoming more popular. Where do you think the sport is headed, the future
Comment je vois le futur
du sport
avec ce
dans
sport?
le monde maintenant que ça commence à grandir tout à travers le monde?
De toute façon, les gens, ils ont besoin de faire du sport, l'humain.
Mm.
Everybody need to do that, to do le sport. Le sport, c'est le sport, mais la Muay Thai, aujourd'hui, c'est populaire. C'était d'abord la culture. Avant, c'était une culture en Thaïlande. Maintenant, c'est populaire. Mais il y a des sports qui cassent la pure Muay Thai. Il y a des sports comme le K1. C'est pas la Muay Thai. Tu vois? Mais il faut que la Muay Thai reste Muay Thai avec les socs,
Okay.
les coups de coude.
So Danny
Tu vois?
saying that regardless of the sport, of the growth of the sport, everybody needs physical exercise and activity for obvious health reasons. But also, he believes that at the end of the day, Muay Thai should remain Muay Thai, meaning that there's K1 fights, but K1 is not true Muay Thai. So in order for Muay Thai to keep going, we need to keep it at its root because it was a culture before it was ever a sport. And now that the culture has allowed it to grow into such a big sport, you need to keep it Muay Thai, which means that you use your elbows, your teeps, and your clinch.
Yes. Il faut que ça reste. Il faut pas que ça change. Il faut que ça reste la pure Muay Thai. Il faut utiliser tout ce qu'il y avait avant. Il faut pas enlever la pure Muay Thai, sinon ça change.
Right.
Il faut que ça reste.
No, we don't. Yeah, keeping it purely Muay Thai, meaning that using all of your 8 limbs and all of your 8 weapons.
Parce que c'est beau. When you watch Muay Thai, some people they love that they watch Muay Thai. Some people they don't care, but we love real Muay Thai, the real Muay Thai. 5 round, no 3 round. Real 5 round. We love 5 round, like before. Clinch, when you see like 90s, you see some videos, it's better. Some people, they say 90s is better, but now the rules change.
Of course.
3 round, drop, clinch this now. Clinch like 10 seconds now. It's crazy.
It's great to hear you say this because I'm fighting March 26th here in Canada, and the rules are 5 3-minute rounds. All professional fights, 5 3-minute rounds.
Nice.
It's for an event called Muay Thai World Cup, and they're affiliated with WBC. And what I like about them is that their professional fights are 5 times 3-minute rounds.
Yeah.
The amateurs, pour les amateurs,
Yeah.
5
Yeah.
2 minutes. But you can see they're trying to make the rules very Muay Thai. You use your elbows, knees, bench. So it's good to hear that Muay Thai, true Muay Thai is 5 rounds.
Yeah. Elbow, clinch, everything.
Of course.
And people, if you do the real Muay Thai, people recognize. They recognize you. They say, okay, he's real champ. If you fight like 3 rounds, only 3 rounds, and you post and you say you champ, no, you're not champ. You post to, if you want to be the best in the Muay Thai, you have to fight the best in Thailand. The best. If you fight the best, we recognize the fighter like that. You say, okay, he's good fighter because he fight the best.
Of course,
it's like that.
Of course, that's true. And
you cannot say you are the best and you fight only in your country. You never fight another country like Thailand, everywhere. You have to fight everywhere.
Everywhere.
But the best and people recognize that.
Of course,
You
of
know,
course.
yeah,
That's no, that's I agree 100%. That's true. And what I want to bring up now, Danny, is you're doing a lot of really good work with your foundation in Cameroon. So
yeah,
can you elaborate and explain what your foundation is about and what your goals are, and share with everybody?
yeah. You know, when I start to do my foundation, because I saw a lot of kids, a lot of people, they try to come to the both in Europe.
Mhm.
A lot of people dead, you know, in the à la mer, comment tu dis?
In the ocean,
People dead
in the sea.
in the ocean. Yeah, and I talk with a lot of young kids. They have dream to go to Europe because in the in the country they don't have dream, you know, because they don't have a chance to have some work. They don't have chance. And I try and I think about, okay, open something, open like school for them. And now I open something like they can go school and try to do Muay Thai and sport, you know. And et le but, c'est qu'on leur donne la chance. Je leur donne la chance pour s'en sortir dans la vie. C'est ça,
So the goal
aux jeunes.
of the mission of his foundation is to give them a chance, give them a chance
Voilà,
something meaningful in life.
voilà. Et maintenant, le but, c'est que pour pas qu'ils prennent l'océan, les bateaux, ils doivent savoir que même dans le sport, on peut s'en sortir.
And it's also to
Dans le sport.
you don't need to resort to having to take the dangerous journey of traveling by boat to Europe, and that through sport, there's always a way out.
Voilà. Et maintenant, moi, j'essaie de trouver des personnes qui comprennent ça pour m'aider à développer encore pour que les jeunes ils aient du travail. Avec l'argent, par exemple, on leur donne du travail pour qu'ils restent là-bas et qu'ils ils partent pas, ils pensent pas à partir.
So now,
Ils aient du travail.
so now he's also looking for people who understand that um, it's through the money they can give the kids opportunities to work and have some sort of job career, so that they don't necessarily have to leave the country, but they can stay in the country and have a future and build for themselves.
C'est ça. C'est ça le but du projet, c'est qu'ils fassent du sport et les études pour qu'ils comprennent que dans le pays aussi ils peuvent s'en sortir. Parce que comme on sait, il y a la corruption dans les politiques, tout ça, on sait tout ça. Mais la jeunesse, si nous, on a compris ça, il faut qu'on aide la jeunesse. Il faut qu'on aide la jeunesse. Si on a compris la vie, il faut aider son prochain.
He's also
Tu vois?
saying that because we understand that there's a lot of corruption in lots of places in the world, and if
Ouais.
us as the elders understand what life is like and how tough it can be, it's our duty to help the youth so that we can help them have a better life.
C'est ça. Et maintenant, c'est ça, je fais tout ça pour la prochaine génération. I do everything now for the next generation. I do everything for them now. And I want I want to do something like real school. And then they try to do something. Like before in Thailand, it's the same thing. En Thaïlande, c'était pareil. En Asie, c'était comme ça. Ils n'avaient pas la chance de, de s'en sortir. Et ben, ils avaient cette école de la Muay Thai pour s'en sortir. C'est pareil en Afrique.
It's the same thing in Thailand. He was saying for a long time in Asia and in across in Thailand and across Asia, there wasn't a lot of opportunities for the youth. But through Muay Thai, many people have developed a future for themselves. And
C'est ça.
Danny, so it's your foundation is called Les Étoiles de la Maison, the Stars of the House.
Yes. C'est Star of the House. Voilà, Star of the House. Les étoiles de la maison, pourquoi? Parce que pour moi, les petits, ce sont des étoiles. Ils sont dans la maison et ce sont des petites étoiles dans une maison. Et moi, la maison, c'est des petites étoiles.
He said
C'est pour ça que j'ai appelé.
he named it that because to him, the youth and kids are stars, and because you grow up and you raise them, they're the little stars of the house.
Voilà.
That's amazing.
C'est pour ça.
So, Danny, how can people help contribute and donate to your foundation?
I send to you my PayPal, and I have go find me too. I have a go find me. I send to you, go find me, and if some people they want to do something to help a kid, I appreciate it. And also maybe next year, I when my foundation is finished, everything's finished. I want to bring some people. They come to train with us, train Muay Thai with the people over there. Because like maybe 2 years, I have a good fighter. Like 2 years.
Okay.
I have a good, yeah. And people they come to train like Thailand too.
Of course.
They come to my, to my foundation. They come to train. Over there, we have hotel, very close. Everything it's close to my camp.
We're gonna share
Next year.
your GoFundMe. I'm gonna share the PayPal after I post this interview online, so people can.
Yeah.
And that's amazing. It's amazing to hear that you're developing the sport in Africa, because as
Yeah.
there's a lot of talent in Africa.
Yeah, I saw a lot of talent because in the 80s, 90s, we have in Paris, we have like in the hood, in the city, in my neighborhood, we have energy, a lot of energy. When we are kids, comme on était petit, on avait beaucoup d'énergie. Maintenant, je vois plus cette énergie ici en Europe, en France. Je vois pas ça, d'énergie.
He's saying when they were growing up in his in the hood, growing up and where he grew up, and when you were younger, kids had a lot of energy. They were boisterous. They would go outside and they were always and
Voilà.
He's saying nowadays you don't see that anymore.
Voilà. And now in Africa, je vois cette énergie. I see this energy. They want to be somebody, Ils veulent devenir quelqu'un. They want to be champ. They want to be. That's why I know the like 10 more here, like 5, 10 more here. The best fighter is going to be a guy from over there, from Africa.
For sure, from Cameroon. Is it Valderrama?
Yes, Cameroon or somewhere in Africa, because they have a strong mind.
Of course, strong mind and strong heart. It's an amazing continent. There's so much, you know what I mean? You see in other sports, if you look at football or if you look at other sports like MMA, that can be done in Muay Thai.
Yeah. They just need somebody believe them. Ils veulent quelqu'un qui les aide, quelqu'un qui a compris les règles de la vie. Si tu viens apporter ta connaissance, eh ben ça se développe. Il faut juste aller aider et ça va se développer. C'est juste ça, parce qu'ils n'ont pas la chance de tomber sur des gens qui les partagent les connaissances. Il faut juste partager les connaissances et ça va aller.
So Dany's saying all they need is just guidance and someone to help them. And if someone who's gone through life and understands the rules of life, he can come and help them and help them achieve their goals.
Yes, c'est partout pareil. Partout pareil. Tu sais, les hommes politiques, ils vont faire l'argent en Afrique, ils prennent l'argent. Tout le monde le sait maintenant. Mais les jeunes, la jeunesse, on les laisse. Ils ont rien. Mais maintenant, c'est à nous d'aller, si on peut aider, ça va faire bien. Parce que comme on va mourir un jour, on part pas avec l'argent. On part pas avec l'argent. On part avec le sentiment d'avoir aidé. Au moins, on a fait quelque chose pour les autres.
Dany's is saying that at the end of the day, with all the corruptions and the corrupt politicians that we have, politicians are only concerned with money. And at the end of the day, it's up to us, people like Dany and other people, to help them get around that and help them better their life through different means. Because at the end of the day, when we pass away, you can't take your money with you. It's only the idea and the impact that you did by helping other people. So I agree. That's amazing work, and I'm sure the foundation is only going to keep growing and growing and doing better. I'm gonna share Danny's PayPal and I'm gonna share his GoFundMe once I post it
Yeah,
to you afterwards. And any donations are appreciated. And let's really help him
yeah,
get his foundation to the next level, so that we can continue helping previous generations and help grow Muay Thai.
yeah, yeah. That's why if I told you next year, if somebody want to come to train, you can come, and you see the new generation, the good fighter, because I have some good fighter now, and I know one more here is gonna be better, the best. You know,
We can,
that's why if somebody want to come one next year to fight too, because I want to do some promotion over there.
mhm.
You know, some events,
Yes,
and okay, we can do something like around the world. You know, like USA with versus Cameroon,
mhm.
France versus Canada versus Cameroon. You know, something like that.
Of course. And I'm
Yeah,
sure
next year.
I have confidence you're gonna make it happen, and we're all gonna help each other make
Yeah.
it happen, Danny.
Yes, appreciate it. Okay,
That's
I'm here.
that's amazing. Thank you for so much for joining us, Danny. We have to do this again sometime soon. Thank you for
Yes,
knowledge, for your understanding of a
yes,
Muay Thai. You know,
yeah.
you're a golden era legend, but today you're also a legend, because what you're doing today
Uh,
is even more significant, and what you're
yeah.
doing is going to be impactful. So it's great work. So thank you for the work that you're doing. Thank you for taking the time
Thank you.
to speak to me, and
Yeah,
hopefully sometime soon you can come to Canada and spread this across the
yeah,
world.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, we have to talk about. Yeah, we have to talk about that.
We
I want to come to Zulu to see you over there, and see what you do, everything. Muay Thai, we can do something.
100%, 100%.
We talk about that.
All right, so
Okay.
thank you everybody. Thank you so much, Danny. I'm gonna post
Thank you. Yeah.
afterwards on Instagram, and then we will keep in touch, my friend. Merci encore.
Okay, we keep in touch. Okay, we keep in touch. Thank you, everybody, and stay well.
Stay.
Stay well. Stay well. Thank you. Good.
Take care, brother.
See you.
See you then.
Take care. Peace. Bye.